Good evening, hello and welcome to our next part of the retro PC build. Well, finally, before I got around to soldering the PS2 to serial converter for the mice, for which I already have the PCBs. I'm unpacking them here. So these are the converter boards. I also already have the components, but the soldering I will do in another episode. Yeah, basically because it's still quite a bit of work. Lots of components here, plus even a few SMD components, which should not be that hard. Most of it is through-hole anyway. Yeah, but this will allow me to use standard PS2 mice on our PC. But I got on eBay for very, very cheap an all-in new box mouse. It's actually, I think it's probably a mouse from pretty late in the era of serial mice. I can't see any date on here, but the design looks pretty modern, pretty contemporary. Well, it still has the Windows 3.1 styling here in the graphics, and it looks pretty much like a 90s mouse. But I think by then the PS2 mice should have been, yeah, pretty widespread. So it's all new in box, so let's open this. Do I have something that I can use for opening it with? Maybe a screwdriver or something? I think I have some flat bit here somewhere. Oh, this should do it. It probably comes with a driver disk or something, which we most probably don't need. Standard mouse driver should suffice. There's also an alternative mouse driver which is used in the FreeDOS project. It's called Qt Mouse, and supposedly much smaller than a Microsoft mouse driver. So we will have a look at that later as well. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, look at this. I've even got a mouse pad in here. Well, that's neat. Yeah, nothing else in the box. The mouse pad, I'll put it to the side for now. Put everything down here. A pretty substantial manual. Table of contents, introduction. The magic click mouse is designed and engineered to enhance your productivity. Oh, that's great. We can use it in Microsoft Windows. That's also good. We will, of course, try Microsoft Windows on our 286. That should be fun. MS-DOS or PC-DOS version 2 or greater. That's good. Installing the mouse driver software. Yeah. We will try the Microsoft mouse driver first. And if that works, we will work our way through to the Qt mouse. There's a German version as well. And I think, oh, and a French version. Okay, so that's that. Let's put it aside. There's even a setup disk. That's nice. Well, I do have a floppy drive, but since I think there is nothing substantial apart from the drive on there, I will skip it for now. Otherwise I would have to attach the floppy disk drive. And now here comes the mouse itself. I think this here is only cardboard. So let's put it aside. And let's take a look at the mouse. Oh man, okay, this is pretty ugly. So it's basically a 2-button mouse, it seems. But it's serial, alright. With slight discoloration, which I don't mind. There are people doing retro brighting stuff. So far I don't need it. The keyboard that I got is also new, old stock, and it has got absolutely zero discoloration. The mouse here is, well, so that I can use a mouse right now, but I'm not sure I will keep this. Kind of looks like ergonomic style. Oh, it's a pretty long cable, pretty substantially long cable. Build quality is not very good, I think. You can switch between left and right-handedness. That's nice. That probably just switches. Oh, it's at turn to left. I have to take a look. Anyway, these mice are not optical, or not really optical. They are mechanical. They have a little ball, like this pink rubber ball here. It's a steel ball covered with rubber, and then there are different. Here they are metal rods that rotate with the ball, and attached to those are discs with slots in it. And a photosensor detects when the slots are moving past the LED in there. And that actually works pretty well, but also has a bunch of disadvantages. The dirt can get in there, etc., etc. But it's easy to build, and yeah, works reasonably well. So yeah, I think we can work with this. 2 buttons are fine for PC. 3-button mice or scroll wheels came much later. I think this should work. Yeah, so I would say let's try it out in Windows and maybe 1 or 2 games. And let's hope it works. Alright, so here we are. Mouse is attached and DOS is boot up. And now we need to load the mouse driver, and that's as easy as typing mouse. The driver comes with MS-DOS, I think, or maybe even Windows. So here we have it. It says mouse driver installed. First thing to test is if our DOS controller supports it, and yes, look at that. We have a working mouse. We can actually use it in text mode. And that's pretty nice. We can test it out with Arkanoid 2, The Revenge of Doe, which is basically... oh, that's not quite correct. Yeah, which is basically a game that is near to impossible to play with without the use of a mouse. Yeah, here we are, even with nice ad-lib music. And basically it's your good old Breakout clone, and yeah, it really is very hard with a keyboard. Not impossible with keyboard or joystick, but with the mouse you are so much faster. So this actually looks pretty doable. Oh, those are quite a bit. Oh, I've got a tiny thing. Okay. That does work. I guess Monkey Island will work as well. Yeah, let's try Monkey Island. Let's actually try Indiana Jones 4. We haven't seen that yet. So mouse, VGA, and adlib. That should work. And we should have mouse support there as well. We have to check how much memory this actually takes. Let's go and skip the introduction. Yeah, let's wait until Indy comes in. Here he is. And mouse support does work perfectly. That looks pretty fine. And off he goes. Here we can play Indiana Jones in a later episode. But it definitely works. This is so much better than having to use the keyboard. The next thing would be to actually run Windows. Windows should be doable. here it comes. I still have problems with the open source scan converter and the higher resolutions. As you can see, the upper part here is missing a few lines. I'm in contact with the forums, not sure exactly what's wrong here. Some tweaking of the timings probably has to be done, but mouse works fine. And I have to stress here, I'm still running on the 286 with 1 megabyte of RAM and 12 megahertz. So it's really quite a tiny little machine. And for that, I think it's actually working pretty nicely. Yeah, it's not excessively fast, but much faster than I would have anticipated. So Paintbrush is pretty neat and runs well. However, when we take a look, there's not much free memory. So trying to open another program usually results in Windows saying, please close a program. A RAM upgrade here to 2 megabytes would be really nice. That would help a lot. But we can already use Paintbrush and Windows. That's awesome. For example, Minesweeper. Let's do a little Minesweeper game. Crud. Yeah, this looks good. Right mouse button, yeah, works. Pretty much works. 3, so basically this can't be one, I think. Okay, I'm officially too dumb for this. Well, this looks much easier. It's a bit annoying that the right mouse button is on the thumb. That's something that is less than optimal. So for Minesweeper speedruns, I think this is not the best mouse. But I think we can manage even this particularly tricky feat. So these two, you see, I almost clicked with the left mouse button here. So this must be that. One of those is still something. So those two have to be a mine. This can't be, this can't be, this has to be a mine, this can't be, this can't be, and this can't be. Yeah! And we made it. 56 seconds, that's probably like 10 times worse than the high scores for this. But anyway, yeah, Minesweeper takes up a bit less memory than Paintbrush, obviously. And actually, Windows 3.1 is not that bad. I might install a few applications when I get a RAM upgrade. So I'm hunting down the DRAM chips, which is not that easy, especially for low price. You can get them for like $10 a piece. But I'm not going to pay that because I need like 18 of those. So I'm waiting for a real cheap deal, and hopefully I get some which are working, because that's obviously also a problem. Well, we can try out one thing. So we don't have any, yeah, I mean with the AdLib, but no device that can play digitized sounds, but the AdLib can play the infamous Canyon MIDI file, which comes with the old Windows versions. And I think maybe even the Windows 95? Not sure about that. But yeah, it's glorious. And we can probably even open up Notepad or something. Yeah, look at that. This is multitasking. 286 protected mode. And we can even switch around, yeah. Seems fine. So we have a multitasking graphical environment on a 286 with 12 megahertz. And yeah, I'm pretty impressed, to say the least. And I would say this about is it, what I wanted to show today. Now we can continue with our build. As I said, the next step is the PS2 to serial converter so I can use different mice and yeah, play around a bit with that and get a case for the machine. I have found one that might fit. Still have to take the measurements and decide when and how to order or buy this thing. Yeah. In the meantime, please share, like and subscribe. Leave your comments or ideas what we can run on this machine. Until then, see you.